Emergency exits are on both sides of the aircraft. They're clearly marked and being pointed out to you now. There are 2 exits at the rear of the aircraft, 2 overwing exits at each side in the centre, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Please take a moment now to locate the exit nearest to you, bearing in mind that the nearest usable exit may be behind you. To help you find your way to the exit, additional lighting will be provided in the aisle at floor level. In the unlikely event of having to use the escape slide, leave all hand baggage behind and remove high-heeled shoes, as they may tear the slide. Please now ensure your table is folded away, your seat is in the take-off position with the armrests down, and your seatbelt is securely fastened. The seatbelt is fastened and adjusted like this, and unfastened like this. When the fasten seatbelt signs are on, you must go back to your seat and fasten your seatbelt securely.
Pop up on the screen, and the rules say that if it happens before you move under your own power, then you have to sort out some issues that we would otherwise be able to leave with. We're just talking to the engineers now. Hopefully it'll just be a quick reset. We'll keep you updated with the progress, but until then we'll just be sitting on stand at the moment, and I'll get back to you shortly about whether or not we'll be turning seatbelt signs off and we'll be allowed people to switch on their phones. Thanks very much for your patience. We will keep you informed, and hopefully we'll have this sorted out very soon.
I understand David updated you a bit earlier on and told you about our small technical issue. I can tell you that it was just the flight controls that you can see out on the wing, on the forward edge of the wing. We have some slats, as we call them. They help us attain extra lift. We have 2 computers controlling those, and one of them decided it didn't want to play today. Obviously this is usually a problem that we can fly with, having the redundancy of 2 systems, but given that we hadn't yet moved under our own power, the rules do say that we do need to make the best efforts to fix it, and of course that's always best practice anyway. So a quick chat with the engineers in London, and you'll all be pleased to hear that the problem is fixed. Believe it or not, even on an aircraft as sophisticated and as modern as this one, a quick circuit breaker reset, very similar to what you do at home, can often solve these problems. I can tell you that the aircraft is now ready to go, and all our technical issues are cleared up. So we'll get you underway in the next few minutes, and with our fairly short flight time today, I'm hoping that this won't have caused too much of a delay. Of course, once we are able, as I say, I will update you fully with an arrival time into Gatwick. And in the meantime, thank you very much for your attention, and indeed thank you very much for your patience. And please don't be concerned about this. It's absolutely not a problem for us at all, and a very minor technical fault. Well, thank you very much. Please do enjoy the flight. So we now have a bit of a problem with air traffic control. Having already started up our engines and taxied in accordance with our flight plan, I'm afraid the air traffic control don't quite see it the same way as we do, and say we need to submit a new flight plan to continue our journey now. It's highly unusual. Usually when you have these technical problems and you solve them, air traffic control will let you continue on your original schedule, but we are doing our best and negotiating as hard as we can with them. My apologies for not keeping you updated earlier on. As you can imagine, the workload's fairly high when you're dealing with these things. But in the interest of keeping you abreast of all the situations that we're facing right now, I can tell you that we have a flight plan which lets us leave now. So as soon as air traffic control give us the nod, we'll get you underway. Again, my apologies for all these delays. I realise it probably doesn't look good from your point of view, but we will do our absolute best to catch up as much time as we can on the journey. And I'm sure you appreciate that the most important part of any flight is a safe flight rather than an expeditious one. So just to recap now, with a flight time of 1 hour and 45, and I estimate a take-off time with any luck of around about a quarter past, maybe 20 past 10 UK time, we should get you back into London at around about midday, maybe 15 minutes, maybe much as half an hour drift of our scheduled arrival time. So if there are any further changes or updates, I will of course get back to you as soon as I can about those. And in the meantime, thank you very much for your patience. It always helps to have a patient and a calm aircraft under these situations. Slightly chaotic, and we are doing our best to cut through the red tape. But having told you, or maybe even promised you, that we were going to be moving by now, air traffic control suddenly hit us with a curveball and told us that our slot had moved again. It's moved to 11:43 UK time. That's another 50 minutes from now, so they're not going to let us start our engines for another 40 minutes. As incredulous as this all seems, it is true, straight from air traffic control through me and delivered to you via the PA. My apologies for this. We don't really understand why the slot moved after we were given permission to start, and it's not something I've ever seen before. So David is once again badgering air traffic control and doing his best to get the arrival slot in an appropriate place. Of course, we can't have our arrival slot moving away from us forever, otherwise we'll never be able to depart. This time I am fairly certain that it will stay as it is. So, in summary, we are going to stay here for another 45 minutes at least. Turn the seatbelt signs off again, and you will all be able to move around the cabin and stretch your leg. I'm sorry to make you all play musical chairs like this. I really wish that the information I was getting was accurate enough to keep you all comfortable during our wait. I think once again we're back to my original plan with an estimated landing time in Gatwick of around about 1:30 local. The local time on your watches, it's 7 minutes to 11 in London. So as the information arrives up here, as chaotic and sporadic as it is, I will of course feed it back to you. And as I always seem to be feeding you bad news, maybe I'll get David to make the future PAs. It'll also give you a break from the sound of my voice. So my apologies for everything so far, and once again, you've been fantastic back there, very patient and tolerant, and we really do appreciate that. I hope this is not too much of an inconvenience for you all. If any of you want to talk to me as I move through the cabin, please do feel free to ask any questions. And of course, the visitors that we have.
This guy's just sitting here because the buses and everything for the next one are in the way. I sort of gesticulate so they can't get the other side. They can't get the attention.
You want to go in now?
So far. Do you want to go up and have a look?
Let's have a look. Yeah.
Oh, go on then.
Go.
There you go.
So I can look over you. Go on.
No, go over you.
Well, one of us go.
Well, just go, you go.
All right.
Don't argue.
Cool. I had a flight deck visit in Crete when there was a long delay as well. So
Right, so you're doing well.
because you can never do the when you're flying now, not since.
No, it has to be on the ground.
Yeah, that's cool.
Feel free to jump in and take a seat.
Too close to
No, it's all right.
It's
No.
like, no,
It's got to be this side.
it's got to be this side. It's a bit low.
Right, your room. You can jump in my seat there.
Go on.
We'll have plenty of room.
This is pretty good.
Hi guys.
Hi there.
Wow.
This is it's not good.
Never experienced
Okay,
anything like this
photograph
before. Well, do you want to borrow the hat quickly as well?
Oh yeah, where's the
It's
hat?
just up behind your right shoulder.
Oh, there we go.
It is pre-loved.
Pretty loved.
Yeah. Look at that.
So you use iPads, is it?
We do. We've got a bunch of stuff on the iPads. A lot of it is the. So these are the charts for departure taxiing.
Yeah.
So that's actually Barcelona Airport parking chart.
All right.
And if you press, see the bottom right button there? It says RNAV, sorry. Press that once, yeah. And that's our departure chart there.
All right.
So that's the departure routings out, so the C's all the blue bit, and then
Yeah.
the terrain, the darker it is, the higher it is.
Cool.
So it shows us where we need to go, how high we need to be at any given point. And that matches up with this picture up here. It shows it slightly differently because obviously it's a computer screen, but you can see us there. You can even match up the points. Yeah.
That's
So we'd love to use this departure.
Yeah.
God. It's
This
Never happened. It's only his second flight.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, this has never happened to me before. I've never been given an improvement. We were cleared to start up and taxi,
Yeah.
and then they said, stop, you can't do it. And like I said, this is the last time we ever get out of their way.
Yeah.
Are you just back home, or do you live out here?
No, we're going back home.
Yeah.
We're going back home, yeah. And because we flew out on a night flight, so I'm so looking forward to staying out and fun. But even better treat
Well, I
now.
really hope this isn't a night flight.
Oh, so do I.
I
At least so.
Even I'd have a sense of humour failure.
And she had to wake us up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know.
the last time I went on holiday, I finished work at 3 in the morning and I went away on holiday at 6 in the morning. So I was really fun to be around.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit fun later on.
But,
Right, so
what time
Oh, I
did you
bet
get to bed on your night flight?
It's about 3-4 o'clock in the morning again,
Wow.
isn't it?
So
So
you're
you should be used to it really now.
Well, if you can deal with that, you can be a pilot.
Yeah.